Hello and welcome to Billy Ho Sports. We're continuing our coverage for the big Oaklawn Parks Day of Racing this Saturday, February 24th. It's going to be featuring the Grade 2 Rebel Stakes on the road to the Kentucky Derby. And this is going to be a preview of the Grade 3 Honeybee Stakes for the 3-year-old fillies. This is just the same, 50 points to the winner for the Kentucky Oaks. That will be the Friday before the Derby, obviously. Purse of 400K, field of 10, going mile and a 16th on the dirt. Weather's looking good. So we're going to play it on a fast track. Speaking of the Rebel Stakes, the preview video is out for that. Be sure to check that out. Also, I've previewed the previous race to that one, the Razorback Handicap. So check those two out. And this one is going to be similar. Past performances, race replays, previews of all the horses, full comprehensive coverage. You don't often get that in many videos, but I'm going to try to get it done as fast as possible. So it'll be right around your commute to work. So just listen up. Also, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate that very much. Hit that like button, set the notification bells, leave a comment, all that kind of good stuff. Who you got in a Honeybee? Are you going to take the favorite West Omaha? I got a few other horses that I could point your way if you don't like to bet those chalky ones. So let's take a look at the field. Number 1, Alley's Beach, trained by Tom Amos. Julian Leperoux aboard. I believe it's 10-1 morning line odds for the daughter of Omaha Beach. An interesting horse making her 3-year-old debut. Has not raced since October, but she did run into back-to-back Grade 1 stakes events and finished 4th and 3rd, third in her most recent. She set the pace, but was unable to hold down the stretch. And she's been working pretty good up till the this point. I think she might offer some value at the window. I don't think she's going to go completely overlooked. Probably going to be bet down into single digits, but hopefully we can get, 8-1 would be nice. She was out at the lead on the turn in her last, but the top 2 finishers easily passed her. But she did hang on for that 3rd place finish, which showed that she was able to just maintain down the stretch. Now, the winner of that race was Candied, went on to run after that 3rd in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies at Santa Anita Park, and had trip trouble in that race. So solid Grade 1 horse in Candied that beat her. 2nd place was Vivi's Dream, was a little bit weaker 5th in the Rachel Alexandria, fading in the slop. So she wouldn't surprise me if she's right there. So number 1, Alley's Beach, solid. Number 2, Band of Gold is another one I'm starting to like a lot. Set to go for trainer Kenny McPeak. Brian Hernandez in the saddle. Brian Hernandez has won 2 of the 3 on the filly. She showed a nice late close in this Martha Washington Stakes, defeating horses like Denim and Pearls, Tappet Janelle, and her half sister Neon Beach. The last 2 that I mentioned are in this race. So Band of Gold, great closing effort, splitting between horses to get the win in the Martha Washington. So that's one I got my eye on as a closer. And I'm going to go ahead and cover Neon Beach. 8-1, Steve Asmussen, Tyler Gaffleone in the saddle. She was game down the stretch in that same Martha Washington in between horses, but just didn't have enough to get there at the end. Steve Asmussen amongst the very top of the trainers in the field with the 2-year-old or with the 3-year-old fillies. So thus far, 2024 and pretty much all the time, he's obviously one of the best trainers altogether. But anyway, just we'll cover quickly. Number 8, Tappet Janali. I think that's right. Eddie Milligan, 4th in that Martha Washington, set the pace inside, but weakened down the stretch on the sloppy sealed Oaklawn track. Manny Esquivel is going to ride. But I mentioned in a previous video about Eddie Milligan's struggles in these route races early on. Still 0 for 12. Hopefully he breaks that streak. Man might be due for some positive regression, so keep an eye on some of these Eddie Milligan horses. Maybe he'll get one across this weekend. So Over to number 3, Honor Cat. Robert Diodoro and Harry Hernandez hook up jockey combo. Diodoro already has a couple of wins off his claims. He claims them and then flips them and they win. He's been doing that a lot lately. This one, no different. Honor Cat rolled to a 5-length victory to break her maiden on January 12th, going a mile on a muddy sealed track. She had this one wrapped up by the 3/4 pole all the way and coasted home easily. So that 80 Brisnet speed number, which we will be looking at past performances later on, so stick around. A little bit deceiving. I think she could have had more in her if she was pressed more. So, but no need to really push it too hard down the stretch. Big jump in class for her, but not completely ruling her out for underneaths. Number 5, Edis Trudis. Fausto Gutierrez trains Isaac Castillo in the saddle. She's going to have her first go at a 2-turn route after 4th place finish in the Mockingbird Stakes. Not much to say, as she showed a good break run early, but fell back. Had really not much in the end. So stretching out, I don't know if anything will change on that. But it was really no match for our next horse who's in this race, number 10, Midshipman's Dance. Dominated Robert Diodoro yet again. First off the claim, busted out, rallied on the inside to get the late going on 6 furlongs. So she had the inside rally to get up late. And then in her maiden breaking performance previously, she showed a great late surge to close from 5th in the stretch to win that one as well. So I think she's ready to stretch it out. I do believe this one's going to be a definite contender. I don't know if it's on par with our next horse, number 6, West Omaha, 7-5 favorite, morning line. Brad Cox, what can you say about him? He's just dominant. One of my boys, hometown Louisville, grew up in the neighborhood surrounding Churchill Downs, been around it his whole life. So local boy does good kind of thing. So I always appreciate Brad Cox. Jockey, the top jock, Christian Torres, aboard. Really strong effort in the Silver Bullet Day to win by 5. That race went 1 mile and 70 yards on the fast Fairgrounds Park dirt. I like how that's going to translate. Perfect stalking trip. She closed ground around the turn and then just flat imposed her will down the stretch. Had it wrapped up about halfway down the stretch and got her done. So West Omaha, top choice in probably most people's books. Number 7, Lemon Muffin, has been knocking on the door of several second place finishes, looking to make her maiden breaking performance for the GOAT, Dwayne Lucas. She couldn't quite get home in the last effort in the mud at Oaklawn Park. She took the lead, but couldn't hold it. She's a long shot here, but maybe she likes 2 turns more. I don't know. She hasn't been this distance yet, so we'll have to see. So that brings us to number 9. In Just My Heels will finish out the field for us, trained by Ron Marquette, ridden by Rafael Bejarano. She broke her maiden on February 3rd at Oaklawn, going 1 mile and a 16th. It was a wire-to-wire effort where she controlled probably by the half-mile marker. She had it in control. Jumping class for her as well. Maybe double digits. Could be something underneath for trifectas and exactas. Superfectas. I have a superfecta bet for you at the end, just for fun. Tail it if you want. Doesn't matter. But that's your preview. What we're going to do is jump over to the past performances right now and close it out. So let's do that. Okay, here's your top 3 in all the categories: speed, prime power, class, all that good stuff. You can see West Omaha dominates. Midshipman's Dance had the best speed in her last race, which we just discussed. Neon Beach has good power ratings. Band of Gold class, Alley's Beach class, things of that nature. Mile and a 16th, grade 3 Honeybee. We spoke on Alley's Beach. Just looking, Julian Leperoux got an 87 in this Alcibat. I can't pronounce it, sorry. But nice 3rd place finish behind Candide and all that. We discussed that earlier. Band of Gold is the closer, which I think I might be looking toward closers. Tactical Speed's fine. But if you look at last year, let's take a quick look before we get going. Last year's Honeybee. This is a hell of a performance. The closing burst by Wet Paint, splitting horses on the inside, blowing by late. Kind of looked a little bit similar to our dudette, so to speak, Band of Gold, the way she won this Martha Washington breaking through. So that kind of made me take notice, but she was at odds of 24-1 in that race. So that significant class disadvantage to a horse like number 6. Honor Cat. This is Robert Diordino. Got an 80. You can see the flip off the train by Sean Williams right there. So could be a nice underneath play. I think Neon Beach, Omaha Beach is the sire. Third place finish. Nice 88 speed figure in the slot. Could improve on a fast track. Steve Asmussen, you can't doubt him. Tyler Gaffleone. So not much on the 5. There's your West Omaha. What's to say about her? She's number 1 for a reason. I don't think Lemon Muffin's going to get there. So just kind of take a look at these as we go along. And number 8, same thing. I don't think so. But number 9, I did want to take a quick look at this one. 80 speed figure, wire to wire, Oaklawn Park, fast track, mile and a 16th distance, all that stuff. I don't mind this poor speed figure because he was pretty much in control. Bejarano had it. He returns to ride. But I think the biggest threat down here toward the end is definitely Midshipman's Dance. And I think that the stretch out will be fine going from 6. You can see he's just scooping up all Sean Williams horses and flipping them for wins. So nice job by the trainer, Diodoro. So that's your field for the Honeybee. And like I said, I think my favorite, if I was to choose to upset, I think I'm still going to go West Omaha on top. But I think Band of Gold, Alley's Beach, and the number 10 Midshipman's Dance are all 3 viable candidates to upset if they get the opportunity. Because number 10 Midshipman's Dance showed a really fine turn of foot coming home, and I think she's usable. So basically what this is a 10-cent super. You can make it 50 cents for $60, but it's only a $12 bet. I'm putting the 6 keying on top of the 1 through 4, the 9 and the 10. I think that's a pretty good looking bet. So that'll do it for the show. Best of luck this weekend and all you do. Be on the lookout for more content coming. History of the Kentucky Derby up this weekend. Some new episodes coming out. Stay tuned. Till next time, see you soon.